Hi everyone, welcome to Autism Glow. I go by Ressa, and this is my first introductory chat video. I'm married, I have a husband and 2 boys. My oldest, he's 11, he's typical, and my youngest, he's 9, and he has autism spectrum disorder. Carson was diagnosed with autism at the age of 2, but honestly, I kind of knew that something was a little off before then, and it took 2 times to receive that official diagnosis. A little shy before the age of 2, I was told by the doctors and the professionals that he did not have autism, that he had a global developmental delay and a speech delay, and it was not autism. Well, mother's intuition, I knew I had to go back a second time because I still knew that something, global developmental delay I did notice, yes, speech delay, but there's still something else there. So I went back a second time. They told me this time that yes, they do see some traits of autism and that they said they will go ahead and put him down as having an autism diagnosis. So real quick, let's talk about how I felt when I received these diagnoses. Honestly, I felt a whirlwind of emotions, and I'm sure many of you guys probably felt the same way, because it was whoo, it hit me. Number one, I was relieved. I'm not gonna lie, I was relieved. I was so happy to finally, get answers. And I knew that I wasn't crazy. Family, friends, therapists, doctors all told me no, he doesn't have autism. No, there's nothing wrong. No, they all just develop at different rates. My pregnancy was perfect, literally no issues throughout the pregnancy. He was born at 40 weeks, perfect delivery. Everything was perfect, vaginal delivery, everything went great. No issues, came out perfectly healthy, no issues. He did everything early as far as milestones like his older brother did. So he held up his head early, he rolled over early, he crawled early, he walked early, he was even talking early. And when I say talking, I'm not talking about full-blown sentences. I'm talking about when he was a few months to a year old, he would say words. Dada was his first word, and me and my husband laugh about this all the time because we'll never forget. When he would wake up from a nap or wake up in the morning, he would get on his crib and he would hold up on the crib and he would say, Dada! And we had a monitor so we would see it, and it cracked me up every time he would do that because he's like, get me out. He looked at you in the eyes, great eye contact, engagement. He was a huge mama's boy. So with me, it was extreme engagement, right? He wanted to be around me all the time. I was able to work from home, with him. He was that great of a baby. In him being in the room with me, he would be quiet. He just wanted to be held and cuddled and nursed. But my mom, she's like my best friend. So when I was telling her my concerns, she didn't really notice much, just noticed that he was very attached and clingy onto me. But she was like, go with your gut, go with your instincts. And then sometimes when I would point things out, she would be like, oh yeah, I guess you're kind of right. But when I would point things out to others, they're just like, oh, it's just a kid, it's just a baby. Go with your intuition, go with your instincts. If you feel something's a little off, get it checked out. And if it still doesn't sound right, get it checked out again until you receive the information that makes sense. Going back to my reaction, how I felt, I grabbed my baby, put him in the car, buckled him in, turned on the air. Before I, drove off, I stopped, I breathed, and I cried. I bawled. I was feeling a whirlwind of emotions, like I mentioned to you. One was a sense of relief because I finally got the answers that I knew. I knew that it was autism. I knew. Now I can get him the help he needs. Now I have an answer. Now I know what it is. But also the other side of me was reality, right? It hit me. My child has autism. What is my child's future gonna look like? Just all these questions. How are people gonna treat him? So many questions. So I cried, got that out. Immediately, I prayed. And then after that, I called my husband. Before I drove off or anything, I called my husband. I told him. you know, he was shocked because he was another that totally was like, no. But yeah, and again, that's another topic for another video that I'll discuss with you guys. But it's a lot to take in, and it's okay to grieve. When I was reading a lot of books on this, it said it's okay to grieve. Now your son or your child's life is going to be harder. It is. It's going to be harder. Yes, autism is beautiful. The way they think and the way, especially, I love how my son like loves life. Nothing bothers him. He's so carefree. He's so happy all the time. He's not stressed, not depressed, it's beautiful. But it's also hard. It's hard for him. It's hard for us. Being a married couple, being a family. I can't even imagine how you single parents are doing it. Like, I give it to you guys. But we love our kids and we'll do anything we can for them to help them. Again, I'm just going through all this very briefly, but I will be making separate videos like explaining and going into detail with everything that I experienced. But this is just like a brief introductory video for you guys. So let's move on real quick to some challenges that I experienced with Carson. Number one, literally like I told you, he was saying mama, dada. All of a sudden stopped. He stopped talking completely, wasn't saying anything, like at the age of 2 and 3. And he wasn't saying anything. So if someone cannot communicate with what they want, they get upset. So meltdowns, tantrums, frustration on both parties, my son, as well as my husband and I, because we didn't know what he wanted. That was a lot. Taking him places and maybe, he gets upset or we don't know what he wants. So we're like quickly rushing him out because we're embarrassed. You gotta get over that, by the way. We'll have a video about that. But yeah, you gotta get over the embarrassment thing. It is what it is. That's like my new saying, by the way. It is what it is. It helps. Another challenge, it can be tough on your marriage. And also it can be tough on your family dynamic, friendships. It can be tough on that. Your mental health, physical health. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of challenges that it can bring, but we'll go into that on another video. Progress and milestones though. Yes, there are a lot of challenges, there are, but the milestones, that progress, it makes it like totally, like you forget all about the challenges, right? It kind of reminds me of when you give birth. There's a lot of excruciating pain there, right? Especially if you don't get the epidural. My first time that I had my child, my epidural took a while. So I was mean, I was like, I don't want any more kids after that. Birth was terrible, it hurt. But then, you see, I had another kid. And a lot of parents, you see, they end up having other kids because the joy, the excitement, the love, all that you feel, it makes it go away. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about the challenges with autism. Yes, there are many challenges, but when you see your child progress, when you see those milestones that they're hitting, when you see the joy that it brings them, that they're like, I'm doing it, I did it. When you see them go from nonverbal, like I said, my boy was nonverbal. I mean, he started off talking, mama, dada, right? At the age of 1, and then all of a sudden, around a little bit before 2, it just stops, and then he's years nonverbal, pulling us, pointing, getting frustrated, mimicking, trying to say stuff, but he can't say it. We don't understand what he's saying, and then going from now, mama again, dada, now he's saying 3-word sentences, which are huge. It's huge. It makes those challenges worth it. It's like, okay, we climbed up this high hill mountain and we're there at the top right now, enjoying the beauty of it. So that'll be a whole nother video as well, because I can go on about that. Support systems, this is huge. Please have your support system. Like I said, I don't see how the single parents do it. If you are a single parent, please make sure you have support system. If you're married, make sure you're relying on your spouse. You guys are giving each other breaks as far as like, okay, now it's my turn for a break. I'm gonna go in my room, I'm gonna relax. You take care of the children. That My husband does great with that. He knows when I need my breaks. I voice it to him when I need my breaks. Him, same. I know when he needs his breaks. He voices it to me when he needs his break. So yeah, speaking of calming, I do have some videos on my YouTube channel for autism_glow called Autism Chill Out Music. There's the link right there above. Click on it. It's very important to take time out for yourself. Relax, take a little time out. 5 minutes. My videos are less than 5 minutes. And the reason why is because we're busy. Sometimes we don't have more than 5 minutes, but we get stressed out. So it's good to give yourself that time to relax. Personal growth. Dealing with a child with special needs with autism has taught me patience. I guess I thought I was okay with patience, but no. I had to learn patience. I had to relearn patience all over again. And now even my family members, like my sister, will say, you're just so patient now. He taught me that. He taught me patience. There's many other wonderful qualities that Carson has taught me. I want to encourage all of you out there to keep going, stay strong, believe in your child, believe in yourself. You can do it. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Don't be afraid to use that support. Ask for help. That's something I had to learn. You can get through it. Thank you for sitting here and listening to me tell you about my story. Let me know your story. I would love to have some kind of brief description of your story. Thanks again for watching, and you have a wonderful day. Bye.